artists, welcome to Art with Miss Pastor. I'm going to be your art teacher this year. Now, the first part of this year is going to look a little bit different, but we're still going to have plenty of opportunities to be creative and get to work together. And today's lesson is going to be all about helping you to get access to or join and move around the shiny new virtual art room that I've created. Don't be afraid to go ahead and pause this video, try a few things, rewind the video. And if you do end up hitting a roadblock or you want to show me something really cool you've been working on over the summer, you can always email me at my teacher email, which I'm going to put right here. Let's go ahead and get started by getting you logged into your virtual art room. So we're going to start with either one of two things. You're either going to get a message from your classroom teacher or you're going to get an email directly from me. If you get an email directly from me, this is what you're going to see. It'll say, "Welcome to Art," and it'll say, "Hello, I'm Ms. Pastor, your art teacher for this year. To join the Google Art Classroom, please click the following link and watch the video. This counts for this week's lesson." So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this link, and it's going to take you to a small presentation, and it's going to do just what it says here. This will help to explain how to join, access, and navigate my virtual classroom. If you run into any bumps, feel free to email me here. You could message me in Google Classroom, which I do check as often as I check my email. You could try to call me, but seriously, email is the best way to get a hold of me because I am at more than one school. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this presentation. We're going to take a little tour of the art room. So it says here, "Welcome to the tour of the virtual art room. Please watch the video to your right," which is what we're taping right now. "Join your art Google Classroom," which we're going to do using this link right here. "And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me." And if you click on this teal link that says Miss Pastor, it'll take you straight to my email. So that's in case you didn't get that email from me. Okay, so what will be here is actually the video we're taping right now. Okay, so to join our Google Classroom, which is going to be the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click this link right here. And this is going to take us to Google Classroom. Now, I have a lot of classrooms this year, so I have a lot of things that are going to show up. Yours might be blank. The main thing about this is you have to make sure that you're logged in. How do you know you're logged in? If you go all the way over to the right, you'll go ahead and see some kind of either picture if you chose to change your photo, or it will just have your Portage Township email here and your password here. You have to have that information and you have to be signed in for this next thing to work. All right, so from here to go ahead and join my class, what you're going to have to do is press this plus sign here. When I go ahead and I press on the plus sign, it'll say join class or create class. I'm going to click join class. It has my sign-in information here, because it's me. It'll have yours, 1 to 2. And then it's going to ask for a class code. The class codes are all on the tour of the art room link I sent you, either in the email or the message you got through your teachers. And it is the last 2 slides on that presentation. So here are all the classes that I have as Sailor this year. So if you are in Mrs. Maxwell's class, this is the code you want to copy. If you're in Mrs. Tharp's 3rd grade class, this is the one you want to copy. So this one's just for my Sailor friends. If you were at Jones, you have me at Jones this year, you will click on the last slide. It says Jones, it has teacher, and it's divided up by grade. Make sure you go ahead, you can either take and just highlight, copy, paste, or you could write it down really quick, and you're going to take and put that code in the space here. Now, when I go ahead and I press join in a moment, it's not going to say anything because I just made up that. But when it goes to yours, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So class code goes here for your class. I'm going to go ahead and press join. It is not going to work for me. What's going to happen with you, though, is one of these is going to pop up. Now, I need you guys to check a couple things. Make sure that if you're at Sailor, it says S, Art with Miss Pastor. If you're one of my Jones classes, it will say J Art with Miss Pester. And then underneath that, you need to make sure that it's the right grade level and the right teacher. Okay. So this class here, because each one of these is a different class, is for Ms. Maxwell's kindergarten class. This one over here, second grade, Mrs. Rodenbacher's class. So make sure you have the right grade level and the right teacher for that class. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on one so I can show you guys what we're going to, or how we're going to use this. So this is what the main page of my class is going to look like pretty much every week of virtual learning. Again, it has my S Art with Miss Pester up top. It has a cute little banner. Double check, make sure it's your grade level and teacher. That's correct. Okay, from here, in a way, it's kind of like Facebook in that I am going to go ahead and I'm going to post different things to this wall. So every week you have art, or every week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a post that looks pretty much just like this. So we're going to pretend that this is the first week you have art. We're just going to go through like it's a normal day together. All right. So this is welcome to art class. I usually try and write like a little note. I'm Miss Pester and I'm really looking forward to teaching you about art this year. Here are a few links that will be posted by me almost every week. So it's going to look very similar to this almost every week. The lesson this week is to watch the video tour of each of the links below, which if you're listening to this right now, you're doing it. So good job. Now, this first link right here is super important. This is the way that I am taking attendance this year. So to get counted for attendance, you have to click on this Google form and it's going to take you to this attendance sheet. I try to keep it very simple. It's kind of like an exit slip. Kind of lets me know what you're thinking some of the time as well. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to make something up. I'm going to put first name, Murray's my dog. Last name, I'm just going to put Murray again. First name, last name, and then who is your teacher? So these are all the kindergarten teachers that I have. I'm Miss Maxwell's class right now, so I'm going to click Maxwell. And then if you would like to answer what your favorite color is, go ahead and answer what your favorite color is. It's just an extra fun question. Sometimes I will require these questions at the end, sometimes I will not. Then I'm just going to press submit. Your response has been recorded, and that is how you will go ahead and do attendance for the week. Now, if you can't come to the live class, you still need to fill out this attendance form. For anybody that has done this week's art lesson, you have to fill out the attendance form to get credit for it and to be counted for it. All right, so the next link here is for the live Google Meet. Now we're going to start the live classes, not this week, but we are going to start them next week. So that's what I put here. First art lesson will be next week on 8/18. I believe kindergarten is always on Tuesdays. Yes, kindergarten is always on Tuesdays, 11 to 11:30. The link will be live. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press on it here. Make sure that you don't come on before your scheduled time. Make sure you come in right on time. Okay, it's going to, oh, there I am. It's going to have us go ahead and join. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the camera off, so it won't be so distracting. But there is another button that you absolutely need to have pressed before you come into the Google Meet room. Why? I'm going to be working with a whole bunch of classes at once, not just one class. Sometimes there might be 80 to 100 students working on an art lesson at the same time. So everybody needs to make sure that their microphone is muted. The mute button is this little microphone with the circle around it here. It needs to be clicked so it says red. It'll say microphone off so that we can go ahead and we can get into the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and press join now. And here's where we will go ahead and we will start our lesson. If you have a question, we're going to have to be very careful about how we go ahead and do that. So there will be times where I pause, and then if you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, please try not to just unmute yourself to ask a question, because again, there's going to be sometimes 80 to 100 students at the same time. If you have a question, somebody else probably has that same question. So we want to make sure we're being respectful of everybody by staying muted until I ask for questions. Now, if you cannot attend the live lesson, that is okay. We do understand that things come up, and not everybody can meet at the same time. So what we do, or what I am going to offer, is this really fun little Bitmoji. Now this link right here is going to take you to another presentation. And this is going to be my virtual Bitmoji classroom for the year. Sometimes I'll have some slides to go ahead and remind you guys of certain things. Here's what it says this time. So this won't be here next time. It might say something different. This is just a reminder though. It says, welcome to Ms. Pester's Bitmoji room. You can find video links to the recorded art lesson on the Bitmoji Blackboard. So on my classroom down here, I'm going to have a Blackboard, and that is where the lessons are and the links are, and it'll be divided up depending on what grade levels we're working with and all of that fun stuff. So the actual art lesson is always going to be on that back Blackboard of my Bitmoji classroom. That's where the recorded lesson will also be. Also, feel free to look around the room, as there are links to several different fun videos. Some are just songs, some are mini drawing lessons, or about the artwork. This week there are 3. They are not required, but just for fun. So in my Bitmoji room, there's all these different things. I'll try and have a couple fun links just in case you would like a little extra art in your life. Again, this is just a reminder, please make sure you fill out the attendance form posted on my Google Classroom with students' name and teachers. This is very important, as this is not only the exit ticket for the class, but also the way I'm taking attendance this year. So even if you attend the live class, but you don't fill out the attendance form, I'm not going to know that you were in that live class. I really need everybody to make sure that if you want to get counted, that you fill out that attendance form. And again, the quickest way to connect with me is through email. Here's my email address again. And if you could include the name of both student and teacher, that's really helpful for me in case I need to go look at some different records. All right, and then here's my Bitmoji class. Now, what will be there is that presentation video, the video you're watching right now, the link for that. Next week, it will look a little different. It's going to have the recorded live lesson for all of the different classes that I have. And then from here, if you want a little extra art in your life, a little extra fun art lesson, you can go ahead and click some of the different things in my class. Now, if you click and nothing happens, that just means that there's not a link attached. But if you click, like on Mr. Murray here, Murray's my cute little dog, there's a little link right here. And if you go ahead and click on it, it's a Muffalo Potato link on how to draw a dog that kind of looks like Murray. So there's 2 more links in this class. You guys are going to have to find them on your own if you would like. Those things are not required. They're just for fun. That's my virtual classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the tour. Here's the classroom. We went ahead and join. So I'm going to go back to the tour, and I want to talk really quickly, and this is the last thing we're going to talk about today, about the weekly live lesson schedule. So this is the schedule for art for the next 9 weeks. So on Monday, 4th grade is going to be at 9 to 9:30. 5th grade is going to be on Tuesday, 10 to 10:30. Kindergarten is going to be 11 to 11:30. 2nd grade is going to be 12 to 12:30. 1st grade is going to be 1 to 1:30. And 3rd grade is going to be on Fridays, 2 to 2:30. So what you will do, again, is you will go to my Google Class. So you will go to the Art Google class. Next week, let's say I'm a fourth grader, so at 9 in the morning, you're going to go ahead and click on the link. Make sure you are on mute. Make sure you are ready to learn. Press join, and then you will go ahead and attend the live class. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys. And again, if you have any issues, please let me know. Don't forget to make sure that you fill out this week's attendance form because I am looking.